Kevin actually brought up a point yesterday, and he was like, "This is the first time you guys have played against a team where they have all their guys with Kevin in the lineup. Like toward the end, like Denver sat a bunch of guys, and then San Antonio. He was like, so this is the first time that he's really seen collectively against a team like this. How much do you even take into account when you look at how the series is going?"
I mean, I would couple that with the desperation that full complement of players is playing with too. So it does bring a level of stress to the game in certain situations that we probably didn't see during the season. I think the Chicago game was a game that had a playoff type mentality.
OKC.
OKC, that was a tough game. I mean, they threw different defenses at us. They trapped us off a jump ball, which was something that we had never seen before. So, but outside of that, he's probably right. This is the first time we've seen really good team, high-level players playing every possession. Like,
what did you see from the second half? You guys were very aggressive in trapping Kawhi, sending him different looks. How would you evaluate how that?
It wasn't as good as we need to be. We allowed him to split a number of trapping opportunities, and that's a no-no when it comes to trapping. If you were blitzing a pick and roll, you wouldn't want the guard to split it. You got two guys behind the guy with the ball, and now you're at a deficit. So it's something that we have to continue to mix in, but we have to be way more sound in how we do it. He's seen every defense, so you're not going to trick him, and he's so strong with the ball. When you do put two guys on him, you got to take away something. And I thought we gave him the option to pass out of it last night to the other side, and that hurt us.
You guys had DA a little bit more aggressive on the pick and rolls as well. How did you like the way he was able to?
It's just something we feel like we need to mix in. No different than what they're doing on Kevin and Book and sometimes Chris. We just need to. His efficiency in reference to Kawhi is so off the chart. You can't catch every raindrop, but you can try to take away some of his options and try to make it tough on him.
Such an incredibly efficient player.
What goes into it?
Yeah. Beyond, obviously his Kevin.
6'11", can shoot like Ray Allen and Larry Bird and Steph, and he's athletic. I've always said this about him. I think the humility to work and to attack every day with a purpose. I think. Am I done? The buzzer went off. That means I'm done. I can get out. But I do feel like every time I've been around him, that's the thing that I've seen. He has a humility about the work. It's almost like he's still afraid about not being good. He's trying to prove it all the time. And then you complement that with the talent and all the other stuff, I would imagine.
Monty, when we simplify things, Suns have 4 of the best 5 players in the series, and the Clippers have more depth or anything like that. Do you see the depth as any kind of an issue for you guys in terms of the minutes the top guys are playing in the series?
It can be. We hope that over the long haul of the series that we can use our guys properly. But I see both sides to it. They do have a lot of depth. They also have talent. I've coached a couple of the guys on that team more than that. I know how good they are. Eric is a really good player. He's never gotten the credit that he deserves as a basketball player on both ends. Kawhi is one of the best on the planet. But I see both sides to the argument.
Or you almost like throw them out there and try to not extend the series?
It's a tough one. I mean, I think I have a decent feel for when guys are tired and exhausted. And when I feel like they're approaching exhaustion, then I got to make a move. Kevin got so mad at me last night because I took him out. But I'm thinking of the final push and him being fresher if he can get like a 2-minute break, that kind of thing. So it always helps when one of your bench guys or 2 or 3 of them can come in and give you productivity, and then you can hopefully sit one of the guys that plays heavy.
2 minutes really is more like 7 minutes of actual time. You know, if you do it right around the timeout.
There's ways to do it. For me as a coach, I try to, if I can sub a guy before a timeout, that's how I try to use the rest, because now you get the actual sub and then you get the timeout time. And I think that compounds whatever that time looks like. And then just get them out. But you know, they've tried to come up with all kinds of stuff. Compression deals on the ice gloves and all that stuff.
Fiber.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. But no matter how you slice it, rest is rest. And if you can, you know, for me, if I can get a guy out before a timeout, so now he's out for minutes before the timeout, and then he gets the timeout time. That helps.
And then coaches, the other 2 are. What's the challenge of trying to find which other 2 to put out there? Because if you took TJ and Damian last night, and the other game was Terrence, what's in it? So what's that challenge of trying to find out which one of that group you need to put out there?
I think it's just what you said. You just gotta figure out which combination, along with 2 of Kevin, Book, DA, and Chris can help you. Sometimes it's feel, sometimes it's off of the template that we come up with before the game. I've tried to have an open mind about it all to make sure that I'm not just locked in on one group of guys. I'll talk to the staff before the game and even put them on the spot in game to see if they're still thinking the same thing, with the hopes that somebody just steps up, or 2 or 3 guys step up and say, we got those.
More in practice today or not?
He shot some today, but we didn't do a ton today. Today's one of those days where we just want to smell the gym and get back to the hotel.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.